Hello everyone, welcome to ABC Interactive English. I am your host Mike, and it is our Trends and Fads unit for this month. This is day 1, and we are going to be looking at Taiwan. Well, of course we're looking at Taiwan. That's where we live. Why would we look at another place? This is a great place to be, and according to our article, it's also a great place to ride a bike. And yeah, of course it is. You look outside, you always see people riding bikes. We have a wonderful city, wonderful country to ride bikes in here in Taipei. We have the U-bike system. Of course, they have similar things in other parts of the country too. We have nice flat roads. We don't have a lot of hills in Taiwan, especially in the cities. So that's great. And this summer has been even better for biking in Taiwan with that annoying lockdown that we went through the summer. There was, not so many places inside to go and exercise. So a lot of people were going outside to exercise. And I know that bike riding, even in the hot summer weather of Taiwan, was something that was very popular with people. Because if you think about it, bike riding, even in hot weather, can still be lots of fun. You don't have to ride like you're in a bike race. You can ride nice and slowly, get a little breeze, go to one of those bike paths down by the river or something like that. It's a great thing to do, it's a great day, and it's a great place to ride a bike right here in Taiwan. So let's find out all about it in part 1 of Trends and Fads. We're going to meet Iris and Thomas, and they are going to be our guides to bike riding in Taipei, Taiwan. Iris and Thomas are going on a bike ride in Taipei.
Where do you want to ride to today?
Last time, we rode to the Taipei Zoo. How about we go north this time? All right, so yes, as it says there, Taiwan, a great place to ride a bike. It really, really is. So let's find out what's going to be going on in our dialogue for part 1 of our Trends and Fads unit. It says Iris and Thomas, our 2 characters, are going on a bike ride in Taipei. Well, that sounds like a great thing to do on the weekend, in the evening, when the weather cools down, in the morning when it's not too hot, or even in the middle of the day, as long as you take some breaks and drink lots of water, because it does get hot out there. You can enjoy a bike ride in Taipei almost any time, except when there's a typhoon coming. Don't ride a bike in it. That's just crazy. Stay home. Yeah, no. When you ride a bike, you definitely want the weather to be nice if you can. What do we mean when we ride a bike or go on a bike ride? It means you have a bike, you get on the bike, and then you go somewhere. That's it. You are now riding a bike. If you're just standing on your bike looking cool, hey, how's it going? It's my new bike. And you never actually go somewhere, you are not riding on your bike. You just look really weird. Why are you doing that? No, get on the bike, sit on the bike, put your feet on the pedals, do that, steer, don't hit trees or people or cars, and you are now on a bike ride or riding a bike. We often use this verb to talk about being in control of some kind of machine or animal you sit on. Think about it. You ride a bike, you ride a motorcycle, you ride a horse, you ride a scooter. You don't ride a car. You might ride in a car, but if you're riding the car, you're sitting on top of the car. And even then, now you're in an action movie, and that we don't even use that word. No, but we use ride, especially for these types of machines, and as I said, horses too. You kind of get on, right? You're on it, and you're in control of it. You're steering it. And if you do that, that activity is a bike ride. Or if you live near a farm, I guess you could go on a horse ride. You're just riding your horse through the forest. It's very lovely. And that kind of thing. So there you are. They have bikes, they're taking them out, they're going on a bike ride, and by being on the bike and controlling it and powering it, they are riding that bike. But before they begin their ride, Iris has a very important question. Where do you want to ride to today. Yeah, well, if it's a weekend activity, I mean, you could just ride in circles around your house, but that's kind of boring, right? So you often choose a place to go, choose a destination. Where do you want to ride to today? What is our destination? Where should we go? So Thomas is thinking back and he says, last time we rode to the Taipei Zoo. Ah, okay, they rode down to Mujia, to the Taipei Zoo down there by the Malkong gondola. Very nice, nice little ride. You can go by the river, through some, through some sort of trees and park areas. That's kind of, that's good choice. Yeah. Anyway, so he says, we already did that. So how about we go north this time? And you say, how about, you're kind of putting an idea out there. How about we do this? How about having that for dinner? What do you think, basically? How about we go north this time? Now, north is basically up on a map. If you're looking at a map, usually things are arranged with north at the top, south at the bottom, and for you guys, east would be over here and west would be over there. So north is basically up on a map. But if we think of Taiwan, Taipei is in the north, Kaohsiung is in the south, all right? So that's kind of what we're saying. So if they're in Taipei, yeah, the Taipei Zoo is kind of down there. North would be up here. So that's up towards Tianmu or Shilin or Danshui, that kind of area. That's what he's suggesting. That's where he's thinking they should go on their bike ride. I think a lot of people do like to go north from Taipei because you can go next to the river. You're heading up towards Danshui, towards the coast. South would also be popular. Yeah, you can go down to Mujia, down to the parks and the forest areas. But if you go east or west, you might not have so many options, right? If you look at a map of Taipei East, you might be going towards more of Taipei. And if you go west, you're kind of going out into Taoyuan or something. It's kind of city in the east or west, north or south. Those are some good choices. So we'll find out where they end up taking their bike ride right after we get back from this quick break. So don't get on your bike and ride away real far. You got to come back soon because we have more to go. So we'll see you soon. Just stand on your bike now. That's okay.
Okay, we can ride to Danshui. I quite like the areas along the Jilong and Danshui rivers.
Cool. I really like that bike path.
Why is that?
You can see all kinds of birds there, and some of them are only in Taiwan.
Really? Maybe you can show me during our ride.
Sure. Also, I can get to the path easily from Shilin.
Okay, so Iris and Thomas, they're planning to take a bike ride today. It's going to be fun. They enjoy spending time on their bikes. They're ready to go, and just before they go, they have to think about where they are going to go to. What is their destination? Where are they going to ride their bikes today? Well, they went to Taipei Zoo on their last bike ride. That's kind of down south of the center part of Taipei City. So they're thinking, we want to go somewhere else, right? We don't want to go to the same place. So Iris is thinking, okay, she says, she has an idea. We can ride to Danshui. Yes, there you go. Go up north, go through Tianmu, and you get up to Danshui. And of course, they have the beautiful views of the ocean up there. You can visit some of the night market, of course, and some of the historical sites they have there as well. I think the Red Fort is up there in Danshui, another cool place to spend a few hours after your nice bike ride on a sunny weekend day. She says we can ride to Danshui. And she tells him why she would like to do this. She tells Thomas, I quite like the areas along the Jilong and Danshui rivers. Yeah, well, a lot of people do. And they have some wonderful bike paths along there. She quite likes these areas. Now, when we use the adverb quite in this way, we're saying, yeah, I like it. mostly. It's pretty good. It's something I would give a thumbs up to. I'm not like, oh, this is amazing. She's not saying, I love the areas along there. No, she says, I quite like them. It's more than just, eh. And it's not, but it's like, yeah, I quite like them. Yeah, she's not crazy about them. It's not her favorite place in the whole world. But if someone says to go there or a place she doesn't like, she says, oh, definitely, let's go there. I quite like those areas. What is an area? An area is just sort of a place and the things around that place. When we talk about a neighborhood in a city, that's kind of an area. When we talk about a district or a region, that's kind of an area too. We can't really say, oh, it's 10 kilometers by 10 kilometers, or it's just as far as that tree over there. No, it could be further. An area is kind of anything that you mean it to be. We can talk about the city areas or the farming areas of a country, the fishing areas, the mountain areas of a country. Depending on the country, that could be a small area, small region, or it could be really, really big. But it's kind of different from the other places around it. Okay, so for example, the river areas outside of Taipei City are quite different from the downtown areas of Taipei City. Downtown, lots of buildings, lots of shopping malls, lots of people, lots of cars. River areas, water, trees, birds, frogs living by the river. It's quite different. And yeah, river areas are often beautiful, and people do love to go out to those places when they want some nature and some fresh air. What is a river? A river is basically a large moving body of water. When we think of oceans and seas, those are really big. When we think of lakes, those are also quite big, but they're huge bodies of water. A river will connect a lake to an ocean. And when we think of rivers, we often think of really big versions of this, okay? So like the Danshui, the Jilong rivers here. In China, of course, they have the Yangtze River. In South America, the Amazon River. And of course, in Africa, the Nile River. These are some of the more well-known or famous rivers and biggest rivers in the world. But basically, it's a large flowing channel of water that goes through probably a long distance through the land. So there you go. They're going to go up to the river, ride along the river. It's a great place to ride your bike, especially, as Thomas says, cool, I really like that bike path. Yeah, it's especially good to ride your bike along the river because they often have a bike path built next to the river to make it a nice place to go. What is a path? In this case, it's kind of like a small road. A path could be something really simple. Maybe it's just earth. It's just dirt under your feet, kind of like a path through a forest. But often people might put down stones or prepare it in some way. And if it's a bike path, well, it's basically like a small road. They've really made it flat and smooth and easy to ride on. It's not all rocks and bumpy or something like that. It's a little bit nicer to ride on and safer to ride on as well. And they have many bike paths now through Taipei, so that makes it a better and a safer place to go for a bike ride. Well, Iris wants to know, why do you like that bike path so much, that particular one that goes up to Danshui? And Thomas explains to her, you can see all kinds of birds there, and some of them are only in Taiwan. Yeah, it's a great place to go bird watching because, of course, the birds can stop there as they travel around or live there, have their little babies, lay their eggs near the river, that kind of thing, and catch fish in the river too. And Iris, this is something she's probably never really done before. Maybe she's gone on the bike path but not stopped to look at the nature and the birds around. So she's interested. Really? She says, maybe you can show me during our ride. Yeah, they can stop in a few places when they see an interesting bird and check it out. And Thomas, he sounds into that plan too. He says, sure, okay, no problem. I will do that. Also, he adds, I can get to the path easily from Shilin. So that's probably where he lives. So he just has to ride a short distance and then he'll be on the bike path and then they'll be on their way up to Danshui with birds and rivers and then the ocean and then they get to come back as the sun goes down. It's going to be a great day. So get out there, get on your bike. Taiwan is a great place to ride, and we'll be hearing more from Thomas and Iris in tomorrow's dialogue. So until then, be well, take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Iris and Thomas are going on a bike ride in Taipei.
Where do you want to ride to today?
Last time, we rode to the Taipei Zoo. How about we go north this time?
Okay, we can ride to Danshui. I quite like the areas along the Jilong and Danshui rivers.
Cool! I really like that bike path.
Why is that?
You can see all kinds of birds there, and some of them are only in Taiwan.
Really? Maybe you can show me during our ride.
Sure. Also, I can get to the path easily from Shilin.
大家好，我是 Stephanie。那我们今天呢，一样一起看4个单字。第一个呢是 ride， 它是动词，骑乘、骑车的意思。它的3态呢是 ride, rode, ridden。I ride my scooter to work every day。我每天骑机车上班。那除了动词 ride 也可以作为名词，意思是路程、行程的意思。像是 Fast and Furious 玩命关头的主题曲 See You Again 里面 Wiz Khalifa 就唱到 Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you're gonna be with me for the last ride. 我所经历的一切，你总是陪在我身边。现在你要陪我走完最后一段路程。那第二个呢是 north， 作为副词的时候，意思是往北方、向北方。所以下次当你听见 Google 说 head north 的时候，你就知道要向北走咯。我们看一个例句 ：You need to drive 5 miles north。你需要往北开5英里。那第3个呢，也是副词，它是 quite， 相当、很的意思。比如说 ，Jessica quite enjoyed the talk show。Jessica 相当喜欢这个脱口秀。那 quite 前面如果加上 not， 变成 not quite， 就是不完全的意思。像是 I'm not quite sure which way we should go。我不太确定我们应该走哪条路。那最后一个呢是名词 river， 河流。We have to get to the other side of the river。我们必须到河的另外一边。那我们今天要一起看的文法呢有2个。第一个呢是 somebody goes on 加名词，是指某人从事或者是正在进行某项活动。on 呢，它本身就有进行的意思，它的前面习惯搭配的动词有 be 或者是 go， 就像大家常常使用的 go on a vacation 去度假， go on a picnic 去野餐，或者是 go on a date 去约会。我们一起造一个句子哦。When you go on a date with someone, you should focus your attention on them. 当你和某个人约会的时候，你的注意力应该集中在他们身上。那第二个呢是 how about 加主词再加动词，用来询问某件事如何，或者是做某件事情好不好。这个用法呢很适合用来提出建议，像是哪天如果你懒得煮饭，那你就可以提议 How about we eat out tonight？我们今天去外面吃晚餐好不好？
Hi, I'm Holly. And I'm Carson. We are at the Natural History of Taiwan Gallery on the 2nd floor.
So follow us and let's learn about the natural history of Taiwan. The Natural History of Taiwan Gallery has 3 areas. Each area represents a period. They are Origin, the Ice Age, and the Holocene period. Let's see what we can find from each period.
Origin talks about how the land of Taiwan began. There is a big model of Taiwan showing you how the plates moved.
Let's go see what's inside the Ice Age.
It is so lifelike that I thought it was real.
Now we are at the Holocene period. There is a big screen showing the prehistoric plants and animals of the Jialuo Lake in Yilan County. You can find a lot of animals in it.
We are now at Taiwan Austronesian Gallery.
Here we can learn how the Austronesian tribes formed after the New Age. So let's visit the Social Relationships exhibition. There are lots of language learning machines.
This is an exhibition of crafts, subsistence, and the society. Look at these 3 yummy boats. What amazing boats!
You can learn about their ceremony and spiritual concept in this room. You will see big paintings. They show the spiritual concepts of different tribes. Don't miss the films either. We just finished our tour of the second floor, where we learned about Taiwan's natural history and Taiwanese Austronesian culture.
Wow, I really learned a lot here. You should definitely come and visit. See ya! See you next time!